Hi there, welcome to my channel. I have a very interesting item for everyone today, and Sugarberry Smash and myself stumbled upon this item on our latest trip to Target. This is the Animal Crossing mini backpack, which is actually officially licensed by Nintendo and made by a company called Controller Gear. This brand may sound familiar to returning viewers because I've posted a couple of videos of their Nintendo Switch skins in the past, but with that said, this has some other functions besides being a mini backpack. It's actually advertised as a Nintendo Switch or Switch Lite carrying case as well too, so it can be used as an everyday mini backpack and it can transport your Nintendo Switch. This sort of accessory is perfect for Sugarberry Smash because she loves mini backpacks. These little bags amaze me because she carries around something similar to this one every time we go out, and they all have that Hermione's bag from Harry Potter effect, and it seems like she can just carry an endless amount of things in these types of bags. It's really surprising sometimes, but anyway, I'll personally test that in a little bit. But let's get to the pricing. So I mentioned we got this from Target. We were in store and saw this in the video game area. There wasn't a price, but it ended up being $39.99. This is a bit more expensive than the usual bags or carrying cases on my channel, but we're suckers for any Animal Crossing merch and we just had to get it. But after getting home, I did some research and check this out. On Amazon, it's actually $49.99, so it's $10 more. And it gets even more interesting because on Controller Gear's actual website, they sell it for $59.99. I know that other stores like Walmart carry Controller Gear items as well too, so if you've seen this bag at any other store, let me know if the price was cheaper so I can share that information with anybody else interested in this bag. Here's a better look at the material of the bag as well as which characters are featured. It looks like there's a bunch of the non-villagers, so characters like Isabelle, Timmy and Tommy, Rover, Mabel, Gracie, Blathers, KK Slider, as well as all of the fruit in Animal Crossing. We haven't encountered Gracie yet in New Horizons, and there aren't any lemons or bananas, so this may be covering the general world of Animal Crossing, so nothing really shows that it's based off of New Horizons. It's nice to see some old faces on here and other fruit. Hopefully they incorporate Gracie and bananas in the future, as well as a million other things that New Horizons is missing. But anyway, the actual mini backpack itself is made out of 300D water-resistant polyester. So basically that slippery material we're all familiar with, and it seems like the straps are made out of the same material, so it's not pleather or anything like that, or cloth, whatever you may think it is from photos, but it's nice to know that it'll keep your belongings dry on a rainy day. So here's a better look at the stitching and where everything kind of is connected to each other. So there's the main handle on top as well as a very thick zipper, so that's pretty nice itself right there, because a lot of these times these little items seem to have really bad zippers and get faulty over a short period of time. So hopefully this one lasts a little bit longer, and just like any of my other videos, if anything happens, if there's some sort of catastrophic failure, I'll make sure to make an update video and show off what was faulty or broke or anything that may have malfunctioned. So here's the bottom of the bag, and I expanded it a bit to show off that it goes to about 4.5 inches, but the bag itself is about 9.5 inches tall, and width-wise it's 7 inches wide. Here's the front pocket area, and it has the same exact zipper that the top portion has as well too, so it's nice and thick. So we'll open that up in a little bit and get the power supply in there. I think that's what they recommended to put inside there. But let's get to the top and do a little zipper test to see how easily the zipper opens and closes. But so far the bag feels pretty durable. All of the stitching and lining seems pretty intact. And here is the zipper. So really smooth. I like it. Very simple. Bad thing for Sugarberry Smash is she goes through a lot of zippers. A lot of them misalign over time, and it's just almost impossible to get back together. So hopefully the thicker zipper will last longer for her. But there's a good look at the Nintendo Switch pouch. It's right there on the back of the bag, so there's a nice deep pocket to make sure your Nintendo Switch doesn't just flail all around and flop around inside of the bag. So the inside is a very bright red. Let's get a Nintendo Switch in there to see how it fits in that pocket. We have Sugarberry Smash's Switch with her Controller Gear Animal Crossing skin. If you haven't seen that video and want a better look at that skin, I'll drop a link down below for those interested, as well as a card up above for those who want to see that now. But the Switch is nice and snug in that pocket, and I don't see it falling out very easily unless you flip your bag upside down and just really try to get it out of that pocket. But with that said though, there seems to be a lot of space left in the bag, and I'll try to fill it up with random Switch accessories, and as I close it right here, you can see the profile. It's still pretty thin. So for Sugarberry Smash, I'm pretty sure she's just going to use this to put her Switch in it, as well as a long wallet and maybe a phone charger and some sunglasses. Add little trinkets of makeup here and there, but in short, she'll be able to carry her daily items very easily with room to spare. So I just threw in 2 giant power banks as well as a power bank that attaches to a Nintendo Switch, a smaller power bank, and a Nintendo Switch stand, and it's still very empty. So I'm starting to see how girls can have these Hermione-like bags. You can actually fit a lot in these little mini backpacks. So that's not even halfway full. I'll try to get more items in there in a second, but on the tag that's attached to the top of the bag, they mentioned that the front is for a Switch power supply. Obviously, you can put other items in there as well. I'm pretty sure she's going to put a phone charger and cord in there instead, or maybe her sunglasses. But for the sake of that tag and that little stitch thing inside of the bag, let's throw a power supply in there. And it fits just nicely. The cord's all tangled. I should probably roll it up appropriately, but there it is. The Switch power supply in the Switch power supply pocket. But you can use that for anything that you want. So let's zip that up. Sorry for that weird cut. And here's the bag. It still looks pretty thin, so let's throw some more things in here just to see if we can fatten this up and see what else we can Hermione our way into here. So what would be appropriate? How about some Animal Crossing related controllers? Here's my KK Slider wireless controller, and here's my newest wired Animal Crossing controller that I actually found recently, and it's my new favorite controller. And in my hand is the wired cable for it, because that's a wired controller. So if you want to take that and transport that around, you can put those 2 controllers inside there and put the cord along with the Switch power supply, and everything's going to be happy and organized and together. So the bag is fattening up just a little bit better now, but I still think that there's a little bit more space in there to fit one more item, maybe 2 or 3, but let's just do one more item just for the sake of this video. So I'm opening this up one more time to throw in my bell bag. So who doesn't have a bell bag full of amiibos, you know? Everybody does. No, I'm just joking. So you can just see my Animal Crossing fandom just a little bit better here. But my bell bag with like 4 or 5 amiibos in there fits nicely. The Switch is nice and secure still in that back pocket. The bag is fairly thin, so I wouldn't throw this bag around if you have your Switch in there. So make sure you place the bag nice and gently if you are the type to just throw things around. Sugarberry Smash likes to throw everything around. So that might be my only warning. And this bag is very heavy because I have power banks, a Switch, a bunch of other accessories in there. And the normal person who's going to use this bag isn't going to have that much weight in here. So for the sake of testing the straps, I'm lifting it and everything still seems pretty secure, but I wouldn't put nearly 10 pounds of items inside this bag, and the normal person won't put that much weight inside of this bag. Everything that I put in here was just for the video, and no one's going to carry around 2 extra controllers, 3 power banks, and a bell bag full of amiibos. Well, there might be some people who would, but it's nice to know that this bag is very versatile. Versatile? Versatile. Are you a versatile person or versatile person? How do you say it? Anyway, so I pulled everything out of the bag. That's actually a lot of accessories for this little 9.5-inch tall bag. So that's not including the stuff in the front. Let's pull out the stuff in the front. And for those who are interested in this bag, I will drop some links down below, but remember, those 2 websites that I showed you, that's the only 2 websites that I saw it on. They're a bit more overpriced, so if you want to head to your local Target, maybe you can get it for the same price that we got it. Other than that, thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope that you all enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to check out these others. They may interest you in some way, and if you really liked hanging out with me today, please consider subscribing to be the first to know when I upload something new. I'll see you all soon. Please stay safe out there. Stop looking at my feet. Okay, bye.